Hey everybody, it is Ashley Francis with Blue Sage Counseling and Wellness. I'm a holistic psychotherapist here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So today's video is going to focus on how to build confidence. This is a really big question that I get asked a lot in my therapy practice, and I think it is a discussion worth having for sure. So let's talk a little bit about where this problem tends to come from. So when I talk to clients, oftentimes they talk about referencing the fact that they don't feel like they've ever had confidence, that they may have reached their 30s, 40s, 50s, even their 60s, and will look you in the face and say, listen, I've never had confidence. I am more of a doormat person, I'm a yes person, I'm a people pleaser. These are all things that tend to go along with that lack of confidence. So yeah, we could spend some time talking about where that all comes from, but I don't feel like that is as lucrative and useful as being able to talk about what we can do to fix it. We'll save the where it all comes from to another video. So basically what you want to focus on when it comes to building confidence is the fact that there are parts of your life that do well by being on autopilot, and there are parts of your life that do not do well by being on autopilot. So for example, we want things like our career to be on autopilot. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't mean that you're in charge of that or that you're in control of that. We understand that there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to this type of thing. But the point that I'm trying to make is that if you've got something that is pretty stable in your life, you're not really in jeopardy of getting fired or laid off, your job is pretty dependable. So we can for the most part put ourselves on autopilot and not have to worry about those types of things. And we can have some confidence in being able to recognize that there are certain things in our lives that we can set on autopilot so that we can just go through the motions in our comfort zone and be able to get through that without having overwhelming anxiety. That's not to say that there isn't anxiety involved in your job, but it tends to be manageable when we have things that are reliable and predictable. So that's the first step. But the second step is the tricky part, is being able to identify the areas in our lives where we can invite some discomfort. Growth is all about discomfort. We've got to get out of that comfort zone to be able to practice confidence and allow it to build and use it, actually do something with it. So what I recommend is challenge yourself every week by doing one small thing, just one small thing that's out of your comfort zone that scares you. It's supposed to stretch you. It's supposed to challenge you. It's supposed to make you feel awkward. It's supposed to put you in a position where you might fail. I know, scary, isn't it? But that's the idea. And I think it's reasonable to give ourselves this task of engaging in something small because our lives are already full. We've got busy tasks. And the point is that if we shoot too big, then we wind up not doing it because we psych ourselves out or we talk ourselves out of it for whatever reason. I'm a big proponent of doing things that are realistic and reasonable, or we're not going to stick with them. It's just human nature. So what I advise is find something small. Some examples would be talking to a stranger. If you feel like it, that would be a good one for an introvert. Just saying hi, just being able to say, hi, how are you doing? That could be a big deal for somebody that tends to keep to themselves a lot. So that's one example. Another example would be to sign up for a meetup, to go somewhere where there are other people that have things in common with you. Maybe they don't. Maybe you have an interest in something but have never tried it and you're finally going to do it. Now, that's kind of a bigger one, but I always tell clients that just go once. Just go once, and you don't even have to stay the whole time. Just allow yourself to lean into the discomfort of it. Try your best. Just give it a good try. Try to talk to other people while you're there. Try to get engaged. But if it doesn't work out so well on the first or the second or third time, that's okay. Just don't give up. That's the biggest thing, is just don't give up. So those really are the two parts here. The first part is look at what you've got on autopilot that can stay on autopilot and reflect on how good you've got it. when it comes to those things. Thank God you're able to put those things on autopilot so that you can free up your bandwidth, your mental bandwidth, to be able to focus on other things that stretch you and challenge you. And so that's the second part, is being able to find one small thing every week where you are challenged to get out of your comfort zone for the purpose of growth. Now keep in mind, here's kind of the troubleshooting, or not the troubleshooting, the footnote to keep in mind is that you're not going to do this every week. Expect some failure. That's right. I said it. Because sometimes we just don't feel like it. Sometimes just getting through the day, just getting through the week and doing the bare minimum is the best that we can possibly do. And guess what? Those are the weeks where you just did do something hard. It counts. It counts. So give yourself that permission, take that recognition, that reward, and give yourself some self-compassion that, you know what? I didn't kick ass this week. I didn't do my one small thing that I don't normally do. And that's okay. It's okay. But on the weeks where you do have the motivation, kick ass. Kick it into full gear. Take it to the next level. See what you're made of. So that is today's talk on how to build confidence. I'm really curious to know what you guys think. So let me know by either giving me some comments or saying a like. For now, see you next time.